let's talk about what you want to be when you grow up, or more specifically, what it takes to get you there. So I was all of 4 when I knew exactly who I wanted to be. Oh, come on, she had bulletproof wristbands and a lasso of truth and an invisible jet. I redirected my energies, obviously, and by the ripe old age of 13, I knew that I wanted to be a geneticist. And that's exactly what I went on to become. And it's not that this was easy, but I had so many opportunities to go to good schools with great teachers and work in beautiful labs. My very good friend Martin had very similar aspirations, but far fewer opportunities. Martin grew up in the village of Nyasafa in central Kenya. And he was the first person from his village to go to college, and he majored in chemistry. But what happened is that he had to leave home. He had to cross an ocean to have access to the tools and the teachers and the network and the opportunities to become the accomplished scientist that he is today. And this is crazy. Because as brilliant as Martin is, he's not the only one. There's Sauda working on malaria and HIV in Kenya, Ricardo working on tuberculosis in Argentina, Nydia fighting Chagas disease in Paraguay. These are not trivial problems, and we need as many talented people as possible to have the tools to fight them. We need to train more scientists better everywhere. And this is the question that keeps me up at night, how to do that. What do they need? What is holding them back? And you just have to walk into a lab anywhere in the world to see one answer. This is the first research lab that Martin ever worked in Kenya. And you can see how empty it is. In fact, he had to learn glass blowing just to make the beakers that he needed for his experiments. Now compare that to the typical lab here, where we have access to every technology imaginable. And not only that, we upgrade and we replace them all the time. And basements and warehouses and scrap metal heaps and landfills are filling up with still useful equipment, the same equipment colleagues elsewhere can't afford. And so when I first started Seeding Labs, it was to bridge this gap. It was to work with institutions here to turn that surplus into a way to affordably equip labs abroad. And that's what we've done in 16 countries around the world. And in some cases, students who otherwise would have only read about this equipment or seen pictures of it on a chalkboard actually have it in their labs. And when I started to do this, I thought maybe this would be the entire solution. But it's becoming clear that that is not true, because these are real people, and they're working in complicated situations. And some of them have been so isolated for so long from the latest techniques and results and from each other. And that's not going to be easy to solve. But we have a head start, because what we're doing is taking equipment from scientists to scientists. So what better way to connect the people with each other? And so now Seeding Labs is doing exactly that. We're connecting people online, conversations, but we're also bringing them together in person, our version of international diplomacy. These Kenyan chemists spent the summer in Boston working with new colleagues in some of the most advanced labs in the world. And 48 hours ago, our first group of US science ambassadors landed in Nairobi. And everyone there is going to learn new skills, and everyone there is going to expand their horizons, including the American scientists, and all of their work will be better for it. And everyone that they touch through their work will be better for it. So you might be thinking, this is an incredible amount of work. Seeding Labs must be legion. There are 2 of us. And until a few months ago, it was just me. And I am still waiting for my lasso of truth and my invisible jet. It does not take a superhero to make a difference. It takes parasitologists in Paraguay and an undergraduate in Boston and a corporate executive in Cambridge and pharmacy students in Nairobi, and it takes you. Seeding Labs wants you. Because it's only powerful when we work together across sectors, across disciplines, across continents. Talent really is everywhere. And together, we will make sure that it thrives. Thank you.